So a while back, Xbox bought Bethesda. All the Bethesda titles. Doom, Prey, Dishonored, Fallout, Elder Scrolls. So they could be possibly Xbox exclusive. And I know some people will get talked off probably about that. It would probably be more likely a timely exclusive. So we're gonna get into this article and see what it has to say. So let's actually dive in. Yesterday, a lengthy interview made the rounds between Katadata and Phil Spencer, which included some pretty random stuff. The Series S can load games faster than Series X due to lower scale textures, but it's also the closest Microsoft has come to saying that yes, its upcoming big Bethesda game will be Xbox exclusives and not on PlayStation. And that's probably the closest that they'll come to saying it, at least before the Series X launches. The breakdown of this changes content asked Spencer if they could still recoup the 7.5 billion investment with few games like Elder Scrolls 6 that are not sold on PlayStation, which will no doubt move 100 million units. Spencer replied, yes, before elaborate, the deal was not done to take games away from another player base like that. Nowhere in the document that we put together was how do we keep other players from playing these games? We want more people to be able to play games, not fewer people to be able to play games. But I also say in the model, I'm just answering directly the question that you had, which I think about where people are going to play and the number of devices that we have. We have xCloud and PC and Game Pass in our console base. I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to make a deal work for us, which that whatever that means. So does this actually means what Spencer is saying without saying it outright that yes, big games like Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield and whatever Bethesda makes outside of your existing deal in a place like Deathloop most likely be an Xbox exclusive. But the definition of Xbox exclusive at this point does not mean just the box. Microsoft is involved in Xbox, the generation especially, to represent the entire ecosystem that includes Game Pass, xCloud, streaming. So going forward, Xbox would be thought of less as a physical box and more of an entire platform ecosystem like Netflix. As in, you'll play your Xbox exclusive on actual Xboxes, but also on PCs, laptops, tablets, phones, and smart TVs, and whatever else can run them or is willing to run them. By default, that would say that leave out the rival consoles like Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. I can see I can maybe see Nintendo agreeing to run Game Pass, xCloud, and Switch, but Spencer seems to indicate there might be some issues with that. But Sony, yeah, I don't think so. And so by the definition, so, no. You will not be able to play those huge Bethesda games on a PS5 in the future. And Microsoft seems to think they can afford that. And I mean they can. Even Microsoft goes down into Netflix model and spends way more on content than they actually bring in. Microsoft is only one of the biggest companies in the world can afford to do things like this. They want to be Netflix of space, whatever that costs. They want to make the Elder Scrolls and Starfield be assets to them, like Stranger Things and Cobra Kai are for Netflix. A motivating factor in signing up. But again, do not expect Phil Spencer to flat out say things like no, Elder Scrolls and Fallout and Starfield will not be on PlayStation in the future. That will play too much into the console war narrative that Spencer says he hates. Even that is literally the action most likely to be taken in order to better position Microsoft in the market is just business. And yes, there probably would continue to be some business games that made their way to other consoles. And I would absolutely expect Microsoft to save the biggest release for the Xbox ecosystem so that they can at least attempt to match Sony and Nintendo on exclusively partly, which has been an Xbox main problem for 3 generations now. If you look at it, they don't have a lot of exclusives. Like, let's be honest here. they don't have a lot of good exclusives under their belt. Up there with Sony and Nintendo, which has a good amount of exclusives. You have Sony over here that has the Spider-Man, that has God of War, and you have Nintendo over here, which has Animal Crossing, Smash. So it's just, like that. It is a business practice. We're not going to keep reading this because this is actually going into something else. But just looking at this, I think it will be timely exclusives for the Xbox and PCs. Because like I would just say timely exclusive so it could be played on other platforms like it was. PS3, there was Fallout 3 on both systems, but Microsoft bought them, and that can also means that there could be Fallout New Vegas 2, and then there's could be also not broken games, and that can be actually finished and polished. And you know how Microsoft loves to remake video games. They love to do it. So more likely we could possibly see a remake of maybe the Elder Scrolls series and the Fallout series. Or maybe a remake Doom in this Doom format that they've been doing, like remake the 3 Dooms and put it in today's format. Like, it is classic back then, but I'm pretty sure you can remake it to the models of how Doom is looking, like with Doom Eternal, and stuff like that. So, and the Evil Within, that's also what's a good franchise as well. So, but as you look at, Xbox don't have a lot of exclusives. They have the Four Horizons, they have the Halo, they have Ori, Cuphead, but it's not a whole lot of exclusives if you think about it comparing to Sony and Nintendo. So, I would have to say it's a timely exclusive, so Elder Scrolls 6 could possibly be on an Xbox and a PlayStation 5, but it probably would be on an Xbox for like maybe a year or so, and then released later, so that others can play it. I think that's what they should go for. I don't know if they're going to do that, since they don't like to limit people, but I think it would be the best bet, to put it on there. Like, a good bit of Xbox games has been coming to the Switch, and that is really, really good. Ori, Will the Wisp. The Ori series is a great franchise. I would say one of the best Xbox franchises ever. I love the Ori and the Blind Forest and the Will the Wisp. To me, I will say that's the best Xbox exclusive. But I can play it on my computer. So it really doesn't get me to buy an Xbox. But, so you could probably more likely play this on a computer. So, but I think it'll be still a timely exclusive. For how long, I don't know. But tell me what y'all think. A Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6. How does that make you feel being Microsoft exclusive? It could be a really polished game, and think about it. They have Obsidian. And if you think about it, they love to remake games, and I think they'll be able to make their games more polished than what they are. You saw what happened to 76, and we all got scared. We all got frightened. We didn't know what's going to happen to Bethesda. Doom Eternal was great, but that's part of id Software. So, hopefully, with them being under the Microsoft umbrella, hopefully we'll be able to bring out stuff. Polish stuff. So, we'll definitely, hopefully, we'll see games from them in the future. But tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Would love to hear y'all comments in the below. And then I will see you guys and girls next time.